Welcome. You may make a routine every day. I should share with you something to speak, especially only 15 minutes or 5 minutes. Today you may start to speak 5 minutes. You can say something about your family. Next you can take a step especially to tell about your daily life. Third thing is that next day you can start to say something about your kith and kin relatives. Fourthly, you can start is especially the school another subject matter. In each and that you can especially acquire speaking quality. But once upon a time I should share that is called especially when I was going to Dhaka. On that is a particular time with the director of that particular train, I should share with you something who sat beside me in AC room and he asked something and he wanted to listen my discussion in English. I spoke with him by the grace of Almighty. He was listening my speech befitting manner. After it he asked me one question. We have also many engineers in Bangladesh railway. He came from Russia. But why our engineers cannot speak in this language? I said this especially for not practicing. But if you do not practice your language, Bangla, what you use is with your mother, sister, brother, father, kith and kin relative, of course you'll forget to see this thing after some years. Similarly, of course, I should share with you something. There are 2,500 languages in the world and only 1,500 languages are going on. Every nook and corner, pros and cons, out means that you are getting. And you may not learn, or you must learn the language of Quran, because this language is the best language in the world. Number one, Quran is the language of special. Quranic language is the language of Allah. It is the language of Quran. It is the language of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It will be the language of grave. It will be the language at the day of judgment. It will be the language. Of course, I should share with you something in the heaven. It will be language for the ill-fated person. For the that is, of course, I should share with you something. The person who will be hell dweller. So that is the best language I should share with you. And it is especially best languages for Muslim community who have faith in Allah, who believe in Allah, who perform their trust connection befitting manner. But I should share with you something. As you are getting, you may listen my discussion. In developed countries of the world, of course, when the class is over, each of the students are given CD. They come home and they play on CD in the time of taking lunch, in the time of taking breakfast, in the time of taking supper, in the time of taking other justice special activities and action, and they also listen this thing. I mean, coming from their special university, another classes starts especially at home. The same class, what was done by their teachers. But in our country, this opportunity is not obtained. Of course, you are getting is not possible of you obviously. For this reason, the person who are facing different special embassy of America, embassy of Canada, embassy of Kingdom of Saudi Arab, embassy of especially other countries of the globe that you are getting. If you cannot especially speak their own fluently, and if your intonation is not especially strongest one, you cannot go abroad because you will not be able to understand the language what will be applied by them. For this is the reason I should share with you one thing. You need to be careful for it. And I'm not telling you to learn this language English, but I need to share with you something. The person who are learners of first year, to students who are sitting especially beside me, you must learn to do well in the examination. To do well in the examination, you must learn this thing, and to do well in your future life. And you must practice this thing properly, exactly, really, finally, fundamentally. This is how you can develop your quality. But within 24 hours, you are not getting golden opportunities to perform this task. So you may say especially about Mr. Mandela, what did he do, what kind of suffering came, how he suffered is famous, and you can also notice throughout the globe. Thus you can develop your quality, and if you can develop your listening power, you can develop your speaking power. If you can develop your speaking power, you may develop your writing power. If you can develop your writing power, it will be helpful for you to do very well in the examination. But I should share with you something. Suppose if you go abroad, I should share with you one thing. On that is the time people of abroad, that is called different countries, they will ask you some question. By writing, you cannot show them, but you must speak fluently with them to exchange your, especially that is called voice. I should share with you something, but in our society, I need to share with you something. A person who is a teacher of high school, he has been teaching at high school 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. He is expert in this is a subject, of course, who discusses this grammatical matter. Grammatical matter he discusses first paper and second paper, but he does not speak not a single sentence in the classroom, but he can understand this language properly. But if you call him to come any function in order to deliver his speech in English version, and that particular guy may not speak fluently. I have also noticed especially college teacher who has been teaching more than 25 years, 20 years, etc. I interrogated to see them something especially in the joy, but I did not get proper reply. On the contrary, the students especially who are reading such kind of school like you are getting cadet colleges from class 7 to Hsc, teachers do not discuss anything in Bengali. Spontaneous that they are consulting is the subject, of course, and even Arabic is the teacher who teaches religion, he also consult in the classroom in English. For this is the reason, on the other hand, all of the students is in cadet section, are expert, sagacious, skilled, meritorious, brilliant, etc. They can easily understand the discussion of their teachers. So I should share with you something. The students who are reading under Justice, of course, Cambridge University throughout the whole world, in Dhaka, some school, Chittagong, Dhaka, both cosmopolitan and metropolitan city of this is the country, I should share with you. And their teacher tell them not to bring their Bangla language in their school campus. So spontaneously there is the listening, this particular thing, of course, is getting in the classroom. You must not go far distances. You can also notice in cadet section, maybe Pabna Cadet College, Jaipur Art Cadet College, Mirzapur Cadet College, as well as especially also you are getting female cadet colleges of this country. Our female students are getting opportunity to listen in the classroom in English, writing everything in the joy, and in course of time this language becomes like their mother tongue. But especially the persons who are reading under Calcutta University, I should share with you something. They are getting more and more opportunity because in these universities, I should share with college schools, not university, and standard special languages are taught. Once upon a time, I noticed especially writing of English medium school in Dhaka, writing of that person, teacher of that school. I noticed one thing, his writing was like British style. His writing was British style. You can ask me why? Because he is habituated in this section. And in this and that, I should share with you something, environmental matter, I know, and we are not getting democracy in education. But in Russell, especially that is called as a satire, you are not getting democracy. Per student, a guardian is spending more than 1 lakh taka, is keeping him at school in Dhaka. Gulshan Baridhara, of course, there is getting total expenditure more than 1 lakh taka. How many guardians you will be able to find who would be able to spend for his son or daughter in that school to spend 1 lakh? That is not possible because Bangladesh is a poverty-stricken country. Whatever might be. For this reason, it is not possible in spite of having equality and capacity. A group of students, according to my opinion, are going to be deprived of their fundamental right for being a sons and daughter of poor and pauper family. Poor and pauper families, they are not getting chance and opportunity. But the sons and daughters of rich aristocratic family, they are getting the chance and opportunity to utilize their quality, capacity, sagacity. Later part of their life, they are sent to Cambridge University, Oxford University, Manchester University, as well as Global Standard University, and they are studying there. And many of them who are going to be pilot, many of them who are going to be scientists, especially air aviation, helicopter air aviation. Many of them are going to be that you are getting the scholarship submarine. Many of them who are making apparatuses, especially that for medical section, textile section, R&D sector and section. Of course, in each and that they are getting world standard salary, and they are developing their family befitting manner. They are reaching their targeted goal, and their family standard especially increased with the passage of time. But the sons and daughters of poor and pauper family, they may get job. Of course, it may be hand to mouth. It may be hand to mouth. Why? For not having economical ability, quality. Therefore, that is called education. We are not getting any democracy here. How it is possible on the part of us to get this democracy? And especially that is called a student of mine who is sitting beside me. His father has ability to spend for him 1 lakh taka per month. But how many father will be able to get in the society who has such kind of ability to spend with this amount? For this is the reason these students are deprived, and their deprivation starts before their birth, who are living in slum of Dhaka, Chittagong, Rajshahi, Cosmopolitan City, Metropolitan City. They are deprived. A childbearing is the mother, of course, cannot especially does not get good house to live, does not get especially good washroom for bathing purpose, does not get proper food to eat, does not get proper medicine to take, does not get proper treatment from the family members, does not get other thing what they need. And in this and that, their deprivation starts especially before their birth, and especially these children is coming to this world, of course, bearing is a poverty, crisis, suffering, sorrow, distress, agony, pain, etc. in this and that. But on the other hand, look at Barani Gulshan, Baridhara, Uttara, other aristocratic place, of course, there is getting in cosmopolitan city or metropolitan city, they are getting especially proper opportunity to gain education. And this childbearing is the mother, they do not face any financial problem, they do not get any kinds of deprivation. Their children are not deprived at all. Their children especially are getting the chance and opportunity. There are students who are beside me, two of them, first year student. I should share with you something. This is the condition of education of the world you are getting. But there are some families, especially in Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Myanmar, other countries of the world. Of course, they give their train their sons and daughters, sending them to different developed countries of the world. They are getting developed education. After this and that, of course, it is getting, later on they can be NASA scientist of medicine. That you are getting, and that is staying in that place in order to earn especially money, sweeter than honey, brighter than sunshine. Money, brighter than, that is called especially sweeter than honey, brighter than sunshine. Developing their own families, etc. But recently, especially we congratulate Basundhara, more than 20 students per month, 10,000 taka are given for them for their education. That the members of poor and pauper family, they are suffering starts before their birth. But especially struggling after struggling, suffering after suffering, distress after distress, agony after agony, these especially children, sons and daughters, young men, young women, got opportunity to gain medical education. They have also right. In which and that I should share with you one thing. Many students especially are that is deprived of their fundamental right. They are students, learners who are sitting beside me. You have learned many things, many thought, conception, ideology, philosophy about the globe. On the other hand, especially that is called conflict among us, different issue from this and that. I should share with you all who are listening, especially my speech. Let us forget conflict. Let us follow the footprint of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Let us perform good task connection. Let us especially follow Khulafa Rashidin, Abdul Qadir Jilani Rahmatullah. Let us read the book of Tazkiratul Awliya, Tazkiratul Anbiya. Let us especially perform good task connection. Let us follow those personalities of the world who became successful by dint of perseverance. I should share with you something. I do believe one matter that you have understood is me. Welcome. You need to get standard education from Pabna district that you receive funding, which will be helpful for yourself to become global citizen. You are going to be global citizen. For this is the reason I will taken a step is especially to teach you that skill most standard is especially that skill thought and conception by which will be benefited. And what is the might be? How many lucky boys would be able to get this thing? Actually, I got no idea. Then, dear learners, I should share with you something. Comprehension number 2 about Mr. Bhutto. About is Mr. Bhutto, of course, you are getting. Here you are getting especially the skill Bengali meaning of this is a particular basis. Read Bangla meaning properly and appropriate way. Understand is the Bangla properly. Firstly, second thing is that is you may read word meaning. You must read word meaning. In the time of reading word meaning, you must not do any mistake. You must read it correctly. And I should share with you something. Man can acquire knowledge from cradle to grave. That you know. Therefore, you must especially acquire such kind of quality. Good students can make good teacher. Good teachers especially can make good student. You must not forget this thing. I do believe this thing you have understood is my speech and don't be self-cheat. Don't be self-cheat. And showing is lame excuses. You must not especially damage your future, damage your career, damage your future generation. Next generation are waiting is especially for their arrival. Next generation are waiting is for their arrival. They will come. Today you are the sons and daughter of especially of your parents, and one day this day will come when you will have to be father, when you will have to be mother. I do believe. Then you may read especially about Mr. Bhutto, what kind of section he did in the time of especially that you know before his liberation, and what kind of atrocity, cruelty he did is of course here is getting. Thus this thing you may especially read properly, perfectly, adequately, and you must especially read that you are getting word meaning. In the time of reading word meaning, you must not do any wrong. Because especially if you write 3 incorrect word meaning, correct, incorrect, 1 mark will be cut off. So you must not especially harm yourself. There is many want of students throughout the whole world. Lakh and lakh students are reading throughout the whole world. Globally, of course, especially if you go to Cambridge, Oxford University, you will be able to understand this matter, how far quality they gained in their life and how they have come in this country to study or to get this global standard education and to utilize their brain and quality for the betterment especially of the nation. And thus you can just perform your task connection befitting easy manner, and especially an ideal mother of course is asset for the country. Sir Syed Ahmad could understand this matter. যারা আমার কথা এতক্ষণ শুনলাম তাদেরকে আমি একটু কিছু বাংলা বলি, নাহলে তোমরা ভাববা যে আমি বাংলা একদমই জানি না। বাংলা কিছু জানি, একদম যে না জানি তা না, আল্লাহর ইচ্ছে জানি। স্যার সৈয়দ আহমদ বুঝতে পারলেন যে আমাদের দেশের নারীদেরকে শিক্ষিত না করে জাতিকে শিক্ষিত করা যাবে না। তিনি তৎকালীন ডিসি ইংলিশ ম্যান ছিল, ওনার কাছে যে বলল, স্যার লেট মি হ্যাভ সাবস্ক্রিপশন, কিছু চাঁদা দেন। ডিসি সাহেব বলল, হয়। Sir Syed Ahmad said, I am interested to establish a university for women. আমি নারীদের জন্য একটা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় করব। The then DC took off his shoe from his feet, পায়ের থেকে জুতা তিনি খুললেন, and threw it towards Sir Syed Ahmad. সৈয়দ আহমদের দিকে তিনি নিক্ষেপ করে দিলেন। Sir Soidamo, this especially caught the show like an expert is a goalkeeper. দক্ষ গোলরক্ষকের যেভাবে বল ধরে তোমরা দেখেছো মনে হয় তার হাতে চুম্বক লাগানো আছে। আসলে চুম্বক আছে নাকি তার হাতে? নাই, এক্সপার্ট হয়ে গেছে, দক্ষ। সৈয়দ আহমদ বললেন, স্যার, নো ওয়ান উইল পারচেজ ইস ওনলি ওয়ান শো ইন দি মার্কেট অ্যাট অল। একটা জুতো তো বাজারে কেউ কিনবে না, গিভ মি অ্যানাদার ওয়ান, ওইটাও দেন। আই উইল সেল এ পেয়ার অফ শু ইন দি মার্কেট, একজোড়া জুতো আমি বাজারে বিক্রি করবো। ইউটিলাইজ দিস মানি ফর মাই ইনস্টিটিউশন, আমার শিক্ষা প্রতিষ্ঠানের জন্য কাজে লাগাবো। দেন ইস দি ডিসি বিকেম সারপ্রাইজড ওয়াচিং হিজ বিহেভিয়ার, আচরণ দেখে খুব অবাক হয়ে গেছে। হোয়াট ডাজ দি ইয়াং ম্যান সে? লেট মি নো ইউর নেম, সৈয়দ আহমদ। ইয়েস, young man, you will be able to establish the university. Bravo, come to me. Then is the DC of English, ইংরেজ ডেপুটি কমিশনার ডিসি সাহেব কোলাকুলি করলেন, আলিঙ্গন করলেন সৈয়দ আহমদের সাথে, embraced especially with him and granted DC money for this institution. তোমরা জানো বেগম রোকেয়া পায়োনিয়ার স্পেশাল এডুকেশন অফ এ ওমেন, নারী শিক্ষার অগ্রদূত। She married especially with a person I should share with you something. Magistrate Hsc Hussain. He was man of India, Bhagalpur. Begum Rokeya was born in the district of Rangpur. Of course, you know Pairabandor is the village. তোমরা সবাই জানো। After the marriage, especially this man could understand this matter. The lady who came in the life of mine, she is mine of education. ম্যাজিস্ট্রেট সাহেব বুঝতে পারলেন যে মহিলা আমার ঘরে আসছে আমার স্ত্রী হয়ে, তিনি একজন শিক্ষার খনি। কিসের খনি? শিক্ষার খনি। অবাক হয়েছে। বেগম রোকেয়া, আই এম ভেরি লাকি ওয়ান গেটিং ইউ অ্যাজ মাই লাইফ পার্টনার, তোমাকে আমার জীবনসঙ্গিনী হিসাবে আমি খুবই ভাগ্যবান। স্পেশালি ইউ নো সো মেনি থিং, তুমি অনেক কিছু জানো। ইউ নো বেঙ্গলি, ইউ নো ইংলিশ, ইউ নো আরবিক, ইউ নো উর্দু, ইউ নো স্পেশাল আদার ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজেস। আই উইল টিচ ইউ ফ্রম টুডে, আজকে থেকে তোমার পড়াশোনা আবার শুরু। হি টট স্পেশালি বেগম রোকেয়া। বেগম রোকেয়া অলসো স্যাটিসফাইড ইস গেটিং সাচ কাইন্ড অফ ইস স্পেশাল লাইফ পার্টনার আফটার হার মাইন্ড, নিজের মনের মতো এরকম জীবনসঙ্গিনী পেয়ে তিনিও খুব খুশি হলেন। I should share with you something, of course, where is getting. Then she began to learn. Different is the thing to her is the husband. Husband especially returned is from office. Then she called is Rokeya. Yes, come here please. Start is learning different thing. স্ত্রীকে তিনি শেখানো শুরু করলেন বিভিন্ন দিক থেকে। ম্যাজিস্ট্রেট সাহেব অবশ্যই বিজ্ঞ ব্যক্তি। তৎকালীন সময় ব্রিটিশ আমলের কত লেখাপড়া জানতে হতো তাদেরকে বুঝিয়ে নাও। প্রাইমারি স্কুলের স্টুডেন্টগুলো স্পন্টেনিয়াসলি বলতে পারতো, লিখতে পারতো। প্রাইমারি স্কুলের ছাত্রছাত্রীগুলো লিখতে পারতো, অনবরত 10 পাতা 20 পাতা লিখে যাচ্ছে। দ্যাট ইউর ইজ গেটিং। আফটার ইট রোকেয়া কুড আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড দিস ম্যাটার। রোকেয়া লাইক এন ওবিডিয়েন্ট স্টুডেন্ট, বাধ্য ছাত্রী হিসাবে শি বিগান টু লার্ন, তিনিও শেখা শুরু করলেন। মিসফরচুন নেভার কাম সেলফ, দুর্ভাগ্য কখনো একা আসে না। This happiness could not be permanent for them. This happiness could not be permanent for them, of course, you know. One day, floating especially Begum Rokeya on the ocean of morning, Shakat Hussain departed this world. তাদেরকে বেগম রোকেয়াকে শোক সাগরে ভাসিয়ে শাকাত হোসেন পৃথিবীর থেকে চলে গেলেন। On the 86th time, her youth was full of brim, তার যৌবন ছিল কানায় কানায় পূর্ণ। Young, energetic, beautiful, nice, marvelous, and especially who had high quality, multi-dimensional quality, বহুমাত্রিক গুণের অধিকারিণী তিনি ছিলেন। We cannot see especially compare her here and there, this and that. She was her own comparison. উনি ছিলেন ওনার নিজের তুলনা। I should share with you something. There is a good music, তোমরা সবাই জানো। নদীর সাথে আমি দেব না তুলনা, নদী হতে যদি দূরে চলে যেতে কখনো আমি তোমায় পাবো না। আমি কিন্তু গান জানি না, ভুল টুল হতে পারে, তোমরা যারা শুনতেছ। ইন দি চাঁদ দ্যাট অফকোর্স, চাঁদের সাথে আমি দেব না তোমায় তুলনা, চাঁদ হতে যদি দূরে চলে যেতে কখনো তোমায় আমি পাবো না। আমার হয়তো বাংলা সেন্টেন্সগুলোর মধ্যে ভুল আছে, যারা সঠিক সেন্টেন্স জানে তাদের কাছে এগুলো ধরা পড়তেছে, আসলে ভুল না ঠিক। Whatever is might be especially Begum Roke understood is this matter. I will not be able to get such kind of competent husband is especially like him. এমন যোগ্য স্বামী আর পাবো না। সিরাজউদ্দৌলা when he was killed যখন মারা হলো, মিরন স্পেশালি প্রপোজ ফর ম্যারেজ, মিরন প্রস্তাব দিয়েছিল। তখন তিনি জবাব দিয়েছিলেন, আমি আমার জীবনে হাতের পেটে করে ঘুরে বেড়াইছি, আমি গাধার পেটে চড়ব না। আমার জীবনে আমি হাতের পেটে করে ঘুরে বেড়াইছি, আমি গাধার পেটে চড়ব না। I got opportunity especially to go on the back of a especially elephant, but I'm not interested to go on the back of donkey or monkey. Then Miron was rejected in this section, and her youth was full of dream on that time when she lost her husband. May the merciful mighty come on us, of course, here is getting. I do believe is one matter that you have understood this thing. Historical justice, passages you ought to know, need to know different thing. Communicative English does not have any limitation. The more the better. Communicative English কোনো সীমানা নাই, তোমরা যত বেশি শিখবা ততই তোমাদের লাভ। And not only you will read your textbook, but also read paper, magazine, but also read other thing you are getting, but also read especially history. You are getting history. And you are getting other thing respectively. You may read different items of book, you may read, you may listen the news especially of at night or day, what is being that is called of course telecasted is by our TV etc. তো ছাত্রদের মধ্যে দেখা যায় অনেকক্ষণ ধরে বসে বসে অনুষ্ঠান দেখতেছে, যখন ইংরেজি খবর আসছে তখন বলতেছে বন্ধ কর বন্ধ কর, এটা দেখা লাগবে, এটা দেখা লাগবে না, বন্ধ কর বন্ধ কর। তো তোমরা শিখবা কীভাবে? এত করে এত অনুষ্ঠান দেখলা, যখনই ইংরেজি খবর আসলো তখনই বললা তুমি বন্ধ কর বন্ধ কর, চলো খেয়ে আসি, এতক্ষণ ইংরেজি খবর শেষ হয়ে যাবে। তোমরা তাহলে শিখবা কীভাবে? ডোন্ট ডিপ্রাইভ ইউর সেলফ ফ্রম ইউর ওন রাইট, নিজের অধিকার থেকে নিজকে বঞ্চিত করো না। অ্যান্ড ইউ ক্যান স্পেশালি স্টাডি দিস থিং ইউ আর গেটিং, ক্যারি আউট নেগোসিয়েশন ফার্দার কনস্টিটিউশন অ্যাসেম্বলি। উচ্চারণগুলো শোনো সবাই সুন্দরভাবে। এটা কোথা থেকে নেওয়া হয়েছে? You are getting Bhutto, Mr. Bhutto, especially that you are getting, and who was father of Benazir Bhutto. Benazir Bhutto had especially that international standard education, who got the opportunity with Rajiv Gandhi, who was son of especially that former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Rajiv Gandhi was killed at the age of 45 in India. And on the other hand, especially that is called mother of India, mother of especially Bangladesh, mother of different countries of the world, Indira Gandhi. We are grateful to her for her contribution, for her activities and action for the people of Bangladesh. And she especially, her heart was justice, especially like a real mother, of course, thus she especially gave shelter to countless person of this is the country, and this and that, of course, we got is our freedom in exchange of her contribution, in exchange is especially of her dedication, in exchange of her supreme sacrifice. Whatever is might be, we remember is Indira Gandhi today because of her especially unparalleled contribution. Unparalleled contribution of Indira Gandhi in the year of 1971, that you know, and so many people who are called to his country. One of my mama, he also went that place to take his training of freedom fighter Mukti Bahini. He fought and became successful, of course, he was sector commander. And in the chat that I should share with you something. Indira Gandhi's behavior towards especially the people of this country was like an idealist mother. Whatever is might be, you may list intonation. Intonation, of course, you should try best is to accord intonation. Slaughterhouse, Koshaikhana, claim, show up, postpone, capacity, dissolve, protest, observe, strike, respond spontaneously, determination, struggle, rest, রেসিড উচ্চারণ করতে পারো শব্দটাকে, রেস্ট হতভাগ্য দুর্ভাগ্য এটসেট্রা। ডাউন টু 10 মেজরিটি, এজিউম In which you must special practice word meaning. Thus, you can get is quality-based education. Through it is possible on the part of you to be successful. May Allah be gracious on us. Thank you very much. Thank you all.